Guys on set. Alright. 121.65.118.
6. Remarks. Density altitude minus 1,300. Shreveport Downtown Airport, Shreveport, Louisiana. Automated weather observation 1453 Zulu. Wind 260 at 07. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 04 Celsius. Dew point 00 Celsius. Altimeter 3016. Remarks. Density altitude minus 1,300. Shreveport down. Weather observation.
Okay. 9119.9. And, do you want to request flight following?
No. Well, I mean, you'll tell them that we're just north of the practice area.
Sure.
And yeah, you'll stay with them on the frequency.
Gotcha. Alright. So we got our departure frequency set in there. I'm on ground. I got that already. Alright. Transponder stand by. ATIS, we got the ATIS. 016.
Was your ammeter showing a charge?
Yeah, it's showing a little bit of a charge.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to push this primer in.
Yeah, just do it real slow and it'll go in.
Alright.
And then make sure it's locked in.
Sure will.
Okay.
It's in and locked.
Okay.
Alright. Taxi lights is required. Brakes test, altitude indicator, turn coordinator, HF compass. 5. Alright. Good to me. Alright, pre-taxi checklist. Alright. Ready to call ground.
Okay.
On ground, talking to ground. Downtown ground, Cessna 555, Charlie Victor.
Cessna 555, Charlie Victor, downtown ground.
Morning, sir. Cessna 5 Charlie Victor's on the ground at S3, ready to taxi. You're going to be VFR to the north practice area.
Cessna 5 Charlie Victor, runway 14 via Delta and Foxtrot, wind 2505, altimeter 3016.
14 via Delta, Foxtrot, and we got the weather, 5 Charlie Victor.
Cessna 5 Charlie Victor, squawk 0455, departure frequency 119.9.
0445 and 119.9, 5 Charlie Victor.
0455.
Check that, 0455 for 5 Charlie Victor. And I got the departure frequency. Alright. Oh. Brakes check. Clear left, clear right. Coordinator check. coordinator checks to the right. On Foxtrot. Alright, brake set. Off now. Alright. Pre-takeoff flaps are 0. They're going to remain that. Brake set, fuels to both. Trim set to take off. Light controls are free. One's up. Down. Up, down, elevator up, elevator down, right or left, right or right. Alright, flight controls are checked. Instruments 0, blue over brown, and we'll set that at cruise flight. We got the altimeter set, nothing on the GPS, OBS. Ground coordinator centered, and I'll just double check. About 020.
Ground, this is Cessna 2.
Vertical speed, nothing.
Over at Executive Air. We'd like to taxi to...
make sure best power primers in and lock.
About
1700 RPMs.
Have flight following.
Just 2173 Zulu, runway 14 via Delta and Foxtrot, wind 2703.
Alright, there's 1700.
016.
Check.
016,
Drop.
To 14.
Comes back up. Another drop. Comes back up, and they're within 50 of each other. Carb heat's on. I want to pull my carb heat, or pull my back to idle just to make sure the carb heat doesn't kill my engine.
73 Zulu, departure frequency 119.9, squawk 0450.
I missed engine. Pressure's good, oil pressure's good, amps are good.
73 Zulu at 119.
And idle check closed. Throttle friction's good. Flaps 0, make sure best power, carb heat's off, H out of compass, doors and windows. Good on my side.
Locked on the right.
Alright, transponder to altitude.
And you've got a an instructor over here. I should know enough to check my window and my door. But when you take your check ride,
Right, check it for him.
you're the pilot in command, and you're going to want to make sure that you check everything. Don't assume that he's going to do anything.
Sure. Absolutely.
And some of those guys are sneaky. They may leave the door unlocked purposely just to see if you catch it.
Right, okay.
So be aware that just as soon as you get your license, you're going to be flying someone who doesn't know anything possibly about ever sitting in the right seat of an airplane.
Right.
So it's your responsibility
Sure,
to make sure
absolutely.
they're clear of the controls, make sure their door and their windows, make sure their seat belts on
Right.
properly, not loose where they can flop all around.
And for the check ride, should I put the shoulder harnesses on?
I'll check on that.
Okay, sure.
But if in doubt, it's always a good idea.
Lights, strobe, those are in a time note. If we were going somewhere, we'd know time. Alright, brakes release, and I'm ready to go to tower. Well, I was already on tower.
We'll turn this one off just so you don't get an inadvertent call that disturbs you.
Sure. Downtown tower, Cessna 555, Charlie Victor, holding short 14 at Foxtrot, ready for takeoff.
So that's 555 Charlie Victor, downtown tower, left downwind departure, clear for takeoff, wind 2005.
Clear for takeoff, 14, left downwind departure, 5 Charlie Victor. Wind 200.
Okay.
That changed a lot. Alright, brakes are off.
But they're only 5 knots, so.
Right. And this is going to be a normal takeoff.
Okay. Let's see a normal takeoff.
Finals clear.
Nice and smooth. Right down the center of the runway. Nice smooth rotation. And nice smooth climb out.
14. Here we go. Alright, there's 80 knots.
Nice takeoff.
There's a safe altitude. We can start our left turn. Clear left.
Environmental 88 Bravo Whiskey, runway 14 via Foxtrot, cross 5, wind variable at 5, altimeter 3016. Environmental 88 Bravo Whiskey, departure frequency 119.9, squawk 0474.
I've got the airplane.
You got the aircraft.
Go ahead and put this on.
Specify Charlie Victor, contact departure.
Going to departure, 5 Charlie Victor. Shreveport departure, Cessna 555 Charlie Victor, 1000, climbing for 3000, just off Shreveport downtown.
Cessna 555 Charlie Victor, Shreveport departure. Good morning, ident.
Ident for you, 5 Charlie Victor.
Okay. You got your view limiting device on?
Yes, sir.
Charlie Victor, we are contact half a mile northeast of the downtown airport. Proceed on course.
On course, 5 Charlie Victor.
Okay. You can get your landing lights off. And you ready to take the airplane?
Yes, sir.
One Cessna 27 Mike, contact.
All yours.
Alrighty.
Okay,
And he clears us on course.
320 heading, and we'll climb up to 3,000.
Alright. 320 heading, 3000.
It's a good idea to program this on the ground. So
Sure.
that you should always have something in here. Obviously, if you're taking a trip, you'd put your trip in there.
Right.
I'm sure you did that on your cross country.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, and if not, just put what you think you might be doing.
Sure.
But it's always nice to have your
Put the Belcher bugle on.
your destination in there, so that if you decide you need to get back in a hurry,
Right.
it's right there.
Now, I know we don't have a fuel flow gauge on this aircraft, but should we, should we lean or anything on the
We
climb?
get to 3,000, we can lean it out. No, normally we don't lean until we get to cruise.
29 Shreveport.
And
downtown landing runway 14, wind 260.
and generally up above 3,000 feet.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and lean it and kind of demonstrate
Sure.
what that.
Shreveport approach, Sears 4010 to Papa. Sears 4010 Papa, Shreveport approach. Yes, sir, I have a request. I'd actually like to do a touch and go over here at Vivian and then get back on our flight plan to Wichita.
Alright, 2,500, going to 3,000. It's 320 on my heading.
Would you like to cancel IFR and do that touch and go? Yes, sir, we'll go ahead and cancel IFR with you now and go into Vivian, and then if we can, just pick it right back up when we get back in the air. Assurance 1-2, Papa Roger. IFR cancellation received. Maintain VFR, and no weather information is available for the Vivian Airport. Shreveport port altimeter is 3015. Okay, 3015, cancellation received, and we'll talk to you here in a few minutes. 1-2, Pop. Assurance 1-2, Papa. Remain on your present beacon code, and just report back up this frequency. Okay, present
200 to go.
This frequency 1-2, Pop.
Airport departure, this is Cessna
100 to go.
We're out of downtown, we're headed down to Mansfield. We're going to be flying about 3,000 feet, and right now we're at 1,000 feet with you.
Cessna 2173 Zulu Shreveport departure, good morning, ident.
Real nice level off.
Thank you.
730 radar contact 2 miles south of the downtown airport. Proceed on course.
3 Zulu.
Okay, let's continue this heading and this altitude just like that, and let's set up your radio to track direct to the Belcher VOR.
Okay.
Okay?
So you want to use the actual VOR, or you want to use the GPS to do
No,
that?
I'd like to use the VOR first.
Okay.
Okay?
Get back on my...
Yep, I want you to continue to fly it just as accurate as you're doing now. So what you're going to do is divert just a little attention over here and then right back, a little attention over here, right back.
Sure.
You can't stay away from your instruments very long,
Right.
or you're going to have an issue, okay?
Yes, sir. Alright, so I'm going to go to the nav side of this radio here, and I'm going to tune it for, I think it's 117.4, but I'll double check it against the sensor.
Don't stay away from your scan very long, okay? You have to learn to glance down, get what you're going to do, and go right back.
Right.
Now, today's an excellent day. It's perfectly smooth. The airplane will basically fly by itself, but you have to assume it's not always going to be that way.
Right. So it's going to be 117, check my, still on my heading. Altitude's a little high, so I'm going to make an assertive correction.
Okay. Nice small changes.
Alright, 117.4. Put that into the active,
Okay.
and it's going to give me my VOR here.
Okay.
We're now tracking the Belcher VOR.
No, not yet you're not.
Oh, well.
You've got it tuned. You're going to have to
Right.
figure out
So
where it's at.
I can put it in the center to get a 2 indication.
Exactly.
Get back on my, a little bit off my heading. So there's my 2 indication.
Correct.
I'm center up that, and now I'm tracking the VOR.
Okay,
So
and
now I
you're
need to fly about a 330.
plus or minus wind.
Plus or minus wind,
So-
correct.
Now fly whatever heading it takes to center this.
Right.
Okay, and let's do the same thing on the number 1.
Alright, so, gonna be, oh, push to go that, back here. I'll fly a little bit further over, maybe a 315, maybe 310.
Okay?
Maintain my altitude. Alright, there's a 310. We'll start seeing that come in. Alright, 117.4 is already set there. I'll bring it into the active.
Active.
I'll go back to my radio. Now the CDI needs to be in V-localizer.
Correct.
It's got a 2 indication.
Okay.
Center the needle.
Okay, and they should match. Okay, so that's the way we normally track it. This one you have to go to the nav side to get your frequency, make sure it's the active. This one is the active up top. Make sure you're in the VOR mode. A 2 indication, center the needle, and then fly whatever heading it takes to keep those needles centered. Okay?
Okay.
So let's go ahead and track to the Belcher VOR.
Alright.
Okay, and how will you know when you're at the Belgium VOR?
Well, we'll come into the cone of confusion first, we'll get a flag, and then we'll pass it, and it'll give us a from indication.
Okay, and you also have a little more technology
Right.
here. You've got DME to it, so you know you know where you're at.
Right.
Okay?
So I might fly it a little more,
Okay. You're not moving that fast, so sometimes you just have to make a correction and hold it for a minute or two, and see what it does to the needle. It appears the needle's not moving very much, and if at all, it's probably moving in. So I'd say you have plenty of correction, and you're real close to being centered anyway.
Right. Alright, I'm also going to realign my magnetic compass, so it looks like about 315 is what I got. Yep.
Okay, it looks like it's centered, so you need to come back to the right some.
That'd be to my 331-ish, 330 heading.
And every now and then bring this into the scan. You know when you get within about a mile or two, your needle's going to be pretty inaccurate in that cone of confusion. So when that happens, stay with the last heading that you thought was going to hold it as close as possible.
Right.
Okay, you don't want to try to chase it once you get in real close. And if you've set this, you've got a little bit of an added benefit of knowing exactly where you're at.
Right.
Experimental 88 Bravo, Whiskey Shreveport departure.
This is the way we want to be able to fly. You fly like that, you got it, no problem.
Hey, Bravo, Whiskey.
You have flown good instruments from the very beginning. And it's not easy. You have to know how to do it, and then it takes the discipline to keep the scan up. And if you see a little bit of an error, you want to correct it. You don't want to accept it being bad.
Right.
That's report approach, Explore RV 357 Romeo Victor with you at 5,500.
RV 357 Romeo Victor, Shreveport approach, good morning. Expect runway 14 downtown, wind 260 and downtown altimeter 3016.
Okay, expect 14 at Shreveport downtown and 3012 on the altimeter.
So I'm definitely in that cone of confusion now.
3016.
Yeah, see how close you are?
Right.
If it makes a big move, just hold what you've got.
Yep.
Okay?
So is the GPS the only DME that we have?